Welcome to this short video of standing exercises. I know you know that we're doing some online classes and you're welcome to join those at any time, but this is just an extra little workout, 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes, just for you to do whenever you feel like, or if you can't get to any of those classes. So all you'll need is a wall. I'm using the pole and the chair, but just for demonstration purposes. So anytime you feel you need the support with the exercises, then you can be face on to the wall, hands against the wall for support, or side on to the wall. So let's get started. Stand with your feet hip distance apart. Feel the connection down through the feet and up through the crown of the head, lengthening and elongating the spine. And then let's start just by rocking the weight forward and back. My feet are staying grounded, but I'm just transferring the weight forward and back. Pushing out into those spaces a little bit, challenging that balance just slightly. And then let's take it side to side. And then let's recenter. Find our center position where we're neither forward, back, nor leaning into one side. And then from there, in Pilates, we talk about the tripod of the foot. So if you think of from the left side, the big toe side of the foot, to the little toe side of the foot, and through to about the center of the heel, that triangular shape, we want our weight even through not only all those points, but that whole area. So from big toe right through to the little toe and right back to the heel. So once you've got that in your mind's eye, then you're going to lift all 10 toes up, stretch them out, and then ground them again. And again, lift the 10 toes up, stretch them out, and find that contact, that energy down into the floor, even down into the earth. Let's do 3 more of those. 2. And then keeping the toes down, we're going to invert the feet and evert the feet. So we're mobilizing into those ankle joints. Our feet pretty much are our connection to the earth. They're our grounding and they're our strength. So we really want to work to be mobile in that area, but also to be strong in all those little muscles through our feet. So you'll notice my legs are moving, but I'm making sure that I'm not collapsing the knees inwards. You can feel that working even right up into the hips. Okay, and then find that centered position again. Place your hands onto your hips, and we're going into some mini knee bends. So I'm keeping my back nice and straight, so my spine is nice and straight. And then I'm going to flex at the hips, knees, and ankles and come down. So making sure that my legs are staying in line with my hips and in line with my feet. So hips, knees, feet. And just warming up those legs. It's nice just to get them a bit mobile. Okay, and then we're going into some squats. So feel free to move to the wall and use it for your balance. I'm going to use the pole so you can see the way I'm doing the exercise. So I'll stand side on, and the chair is here to give me a bit of guidance of the direction that I want to take the hips. Again, the spine is staying straight. So if you think of from the side, the middle of the ear, down through the middle of the shoulder, and then down through that side seam to about the middle of the hip, we're trying to keep that in a straight line, even though it's going to go back on the diagonal. So it's so that we flex in the hips and not arch in that lower back. We're keeping that stability there. So the feet are going wide, Toes are slightly turned out, and of course the knees are going to follow the direction of the toes. You're going to inhale as you take those hips back, and then exhale as you come forward. Inhale back. See if you can get those hips to tap down onto the chair. So remember, the hips need to go back so you don't overload into those knees. As you come up, think of driving up through those heels, straightening those legs. And let's do 3 more. And then from there, again, using the wall if you need, feet hip distance apart. And we're raising up onto our tippy toes and lowering back down. Again, keeping the hip, knee, foot alignment. If you think of the center of the front of the ankle there, staying in line with about that second toe area. And we'll do 3 more. Okay. And then we're going to go into that little mini squat position, and we're actually doing a squat. We're doing an exercise called star. Well, we're in the squat, but we're doing an exercise called star. So we're starring this leg, so it's going to come forward first and tap down, and then come back in. And then it's going to go forward and to the side and come back in, and then straight to the side and in, and back and to the side and in, and straight back. And then we'll go in reverse. So we're going straight back, back and side, side, forward and side, and forward. And again, forward, forward, side, side, back and side, and back. So all the while I'm keeping my hips nice and still, as much as I can. And then side, forward and side, and straight forward. Beautiful. Let's swap sides. So come into your mini squat first. The hips are slightly back on this one, so your back is not really straight. It's just enough to give you that flexion into your hips. So forward, forward, side. Swap hands. Side, back and side, and back. And back. Back and side, side, forward and side, and forward. And second set. Forward and side, side, back and side, and back. And back. Back and side, side, forward and side, and release. Shake out the legs, and then pop that. Just going to turn this around because we're going into some push-ups in a moment, and I'm going to use the chair for the push-ups. But if you're using the wall, what you want is that your arms are straight out, in line pretty much with your shoulders. You can have them a bit wider if it's more comfortable for you. When you go from position to position, obviously if you're more on a lean, you're going to be a little bit more loaded into the shoulders. So have a thought as to whether the exercise actually suits your body. If you've got shoulder injuries, I suggest you stick with the wall and get strong like that, and then start to move to something that's a bit more challenging. You could use a chair, you could use your kitchen bench, you could use a lounge, anything that challenges via that angle to gravity is going to load up the shoulders more, and of course on the floor is the hardest version. Now I've realised over time that this chair is not the sturdiest thing, so I'll work as much as I can. It's the only thing I've got. So you want your position to be on a slight lean, but again we're looking at that straight line from the ear, through the shoulder, through the hip, and down through around about the ankle, outside of the ankle there. So you're going to maintain that. Inhale, bend the elbows, bring the hips and the shoulders forward, and exhale to press back. So when you're coming forward, you want to maintain that line to make sure that you're not starting to sink into the shoulders or lose that head, neck, shoulder alignment. So we'll do 10. Remember, hips and shoulders forward. Okay, and then from there we can challenge that a little bit more and go into a single leg version. So you're going to be active in the back of that hip and extend that leg back. And again, hips and shoulders in line and bringing them forward. We'll just do 5 just to give you an idea, but feel free to pause the video and do more if you wish. So hips and shoulders, moving right forward. You could even try that, actually, I just realised. You could even try that just with the toes, just lightly touching down if you're not ready to have the foot lifted. And forward. And then shake out the shoulders, lift those shoulders up, and then and drop. Lift and drop and lift and drop. If you need, shake out the legs. And then from there, we're going to take those feet hip distance, or you could even go a little bit wider. Nice deep breath in, and then reaching the arm up and stretching over to the side, reaching the other arm down the side of the leg there. Find the length up through the spine and down through the feet, out through the fingertips. Energize up and energize down. And other side. And then let's go again to the other side. And this time press the hip out in the opposite direction. Find that extra little bit of stretch. And other side. And release. So now we're just going to get a little bit more stretch down the outside of that leg. So you're going to take, for me, that's my left leg. If you're mirroring me, of course, it's going to be your right leg. And you're taking that right arm up and over, again stretching. If you want to hold on to the wall for support, side onto the wall, then feel free to use that. Nice deep breath in, filling up those lungs, getting that concertina of the lungs, concertina of the ribs. And let's change sides. These are all really good if you've been sitting all day. It's really nice to stretch that torso out, stretch the legs, shoulders. Okay, and then release. And then again, standing with the feet hip distance apart, we're going to take those arms up. Come into a little mini back bend, so you're lengthening the spine upwards and backwards. Circle the arms around, nod the chin to the chest and roll the spine forward. Allow the arms to dangle, allow the crown of the head to fall toward the mat. Take an inhale at the bottom, slight bend maybe into the knees, so you're releasing those hamstrings a little bit. And then exhale, draw from the front of the body to roll the spine up to vertical. And then let's do that again. Take the arms up, come into your little mini back bend, circle the arms around, nod the chin to the chest, and roll the spine forward. Now staying down in this one, you're going to bend the elbows and just take hold of each elbow, and you'll feel straight away that
Gives you a little bit more sort of gravity assisted stretch. Again, let the crown of the head release, neck muscles release, maybe even just gently turn the head left to right or nod the head up and down just to feel that you're relaxing into that area. And let's take 3 nice deep breaths in and out. Big sigh out. Releasing all that tension through the spine, through the torso, through the legs. And then release the arms, draw from the front of the body and roll the spine back up.
And then take those arms up, circle them out to the side, bring them in behind your back and interlink them. Backs of the hands are pointing down toward the floor, and you're just opening through the front of the shoulders, and we're going into that little mini back bend again, reaching the hands downward and backward. Find the length and the openness through the front of the body. A couple of breaths there. And then release the hands. From there, you're coming with the arms up into flexion, and then, if you wish, coming up onto your tippy toes, and then bend the knees, lowering the heels, and sweep the arms through. Inhale as you come up, and then exhale through. And once more, inhale up, and exhale through. Shake out your shoulders, your legs, your hips, whatever. And you're done, guys. Nice work. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you soon.